In this video, I will be speaking about BTC USD. Now, as usual, to keep the video as educational as possible, first I will be covering the technical aspect of this market, then we will be moving to the on-chain data, so how Bitcoins are moving on and off from exchanges, and by the end of the video, by using the combination of these two different types of analysis, we will try to understand where we have the highest probabilities for the next potential move here on this pair. Now, starting from the monthly time frame, what we can see is that at the moment we have a market which is testing a quite strong monthly historical structure level. In fact, from here, all the previous bear market was developed. Here we had the halving, the market entered into a bull market, then we had the bear market, which in my opinion ended here with a test of the previous cycle high. And from here, we already started rejecting this previous monthly resistance turn support to the upside. Now, I do not expect the market to print a new lower low. I do not expect the market to go lower than this previous low. However, at the same time, I do not expect the market to create new all-time highs before 2024. Only after 2024 and the next halving, only at that point I expect the market to print new all-time highs. Now, zooming in and looking more at the most recent price action, what we can see is that the market here is currently testing previous monthly resistance turn support and rejecting it to the upside. This level was acting as previous resistance here and here. The market has now broken above the zone, already retested it, and currently is rejecting the area to the upside, dropping down on the weekly. We can see how from a weekly perspective, the zone that the market is currently testing is as well a quite strong weekly demand and support area. In fact, during the creation of this move to the upside, there is only one candle of a different color, which is exactly this red candle here, showing that this is previous weekly resistance, which since the market with the creation of this candle has broken it to the upside, is now turned support here. And as we are testing previous resistance turn support, we could expect a potential rejection to the upside away from this area. So here in the weekly, everything seems pretty bullish. Dropping down on the daily time frame, what do we have? Now, from a daily perspective, the structure is very clear. We have the previous daily resistance, which is acting as resistance here, and again here, which was turned support here, which now that the market has broken once again below it, is once again acting as resistance. Now, until the market will remain below this area, it can easily continue lower. However, what we know is that the best probabilities in the market come when all time frames are showing the same direction. Now, in this case, monthly, weekly, and daily, and the on-chain data are all showing bullish price action. This means that the only way in which we would have also bullish price action from a daily perspective is if we get a successful break above this resistance. So we don't know if it will happen, but if we do get the break at that point after a break on the retest of this previous resistance turn support, this is where we would have very good probabilities to see a potential rejection to the upside away from the zone. Now, if we go and see what we have when it comes to the on-chain data, what we can see here is that the black line is the price, which we know that has been dropping and now recovering. And the purple line, this is the amount of Bitcoins on exchanges. Now, what we can see is that the purple line, no matter if the price has been dropping or increasing once again, has continued to decline. What this shows is that there is a massive amount of Bitcoins that are getting bought and moved away from exchanges, potentially on cold storage. Now, this creates massive illiquidity in the market, so that if demand gets increased or if the amount of Bitcoins emitted into circulation gets cut in half, which is exactly what will happen with the next halving, at that point price should increase to accommodate for this new demand. So at the moment, everything is looking very strong, also from a fundamental perspective for Bitcoin. So we don't know if the market will manage to break above the structure, but if we do get the break on the retest of this previous resistance turn support, how we could be approaching a potential rejection to the upside? Well, as usual, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily combined with the on-chain data, those are the best time frames from a directional perspective. However, when it comes to confirmations and entries, the best time frames are the intraday time frames. So for our and lower. Therefore, what we could be doing, potentially also with students, is monitoring price action from an intraday perspective during this move to the downside, waiting for the market to shift from an intraday bearish market as we would have to an intraday bullish market. And if the market would shift from an intraday bearish to bullish market and provide to us one of our valid entries, at that point we could be looking for a potential rejection to the upside for the market to complete this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the upside. Now, if you enjoyed this free analysis education and update, make sure that you drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free analysis education and updates for all of you. And I will see you in my next breakdown.